to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we have a really fun reading. First of all, we're talking about somebody who's gotten rejected, which is a little bit less fun, but towards the end, we have a free reading giveaway. 2 readings, actually, to say a giant thank you to all of you for getting the channel to 20,000 subscribers. I appreciate you. And so at the end of the general reading, I will be sharing 2 TV trivia questions. Now, I know you have access to the internet, so you can probably Google them, but I've tried to make them a little bit difficult to figure out. But I also don't want you to be unable to answer the questions. So we'll have those 2 at the end of the general reading. Per usual, if you want personal questions answered on the live stream, I will do so if we hit the $15 tip threshold, but thank you everyone who got me to that 20,000. Now, as far as the reading, we have this. We've got, oh, actually, it was the Lovers in the reverse. The Lovers in the reverse, Temperance in the reverse. This is somebody who's feeling like everything is out of control. Things have kind of hit the fan, and they feel there's maybe nothing they can do to come back after an argument in this connection or this relationship. It may also be looking for a job. But let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. Sorry for being so verbose this morning. Hello, Jamie. Hello, Hayden. Hello, Key Controller. Hello, Dana. What's up, April? Hello, Famous Seamus. Hello, Hannah. What's happening? So if you're interested in a personal reading and you don't win one at the end of this one, my email address is in the description box. It's just wickedwandstarot@gmail.com, and right below that email address you can also find out more about the membership for the channel. Tomorrow at 9 a.m. Central we'll have a members only live stream for those that are in the stars and the towers, so I'm looking forward to that. But let's dive in. This is the Marigold Tarot. I hope it goes well for you, Key Controller. All right, what else do we have? The Hierophant. The Page of Cups in the reverse, and the 9 of Rings or 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. So this looks to me like somebody wants things to be official. Somebody wants things to be exclusive. But with the Page of Cups being in the reverse, this is like, well, I don't know. Maybe I can't do that. We might have someone who's overly independent, a little bit too nervous to let somebody in or to really open up to a romantic connection. That 9 of Rings or 9 of Pentacles in the reverse can often talk about somebody who's interested in a relationship, but because it's paired with Lovers in the reverse, Temperance in the reverse, Page of Cups in the reverse, this is someone who's like, I don't know if I can imagine living my life where somebody else has to be like considered before I make decisions. Hey, Tata, what's up? Hello, Renee. Hello, Sasha. I hope you're having a good day. So we have the 2 of Rings or the 2 of Pentacles in the reverse. Another reference to things being unstable or not very balanced, much like the Temperance in the reverse, and then Chariot in the reverse. So how are we supposed to move things forward or grow if you're not open to connecting with somebody or working together? Whatever the connection is here, it's unstable because somebody doesn't want to let anybody else in. I'm gonna do it all by myself, or I don't want to let you love me. Hello, James. How's it going? Hello, Handel. Hello, Rob. How's it going? So we've got the Queen of Rings or the Queen of Pentacles. This is about loyalty or stability and someone feeling like it's difficult to achieve when someone always wants to be like on their own or do things alone. So another 9 in the reverse with the 9 of Swords in the reverse, we have someone who feels anxiety because you're not actually looking to connect with me. You're not actually like letting me get to know you. So why should I pursue this? Hey Seth, how are you doing? Hello, Angel. Nice username. I can't say it to you though. I do not do palm readings. This is not hoodoo. So we've got the Knight of Rings or Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Nine of Cups. Eight of Rings or Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, this is looking more and more like this is about a financial situation, so work-based, or with regards to a long-term relationship, because that requires work too, right? This is saying if you want what you want, then you have to put in the work, and if you're not putting in the work, if you're just kind of phoning it in, then you're not going to be able to maintain, right? Things are going to start to fall apart. So whatever they're trying to make last, or, you know, hope is still going to be just fine, is not. Things are unstable because they're trying to do everything by themselves. All right, let's see what we get from the Fairy Lenormand. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate you. To those that have personal questions, you can contribute to the tips. I will take personal questions at the end if we reach $15 in tips with priority to those who tip. I'm also giving away two personal readings at the end. So I'm just going to remove that through, and if you want to express your beliefs, I have no problem with that, but I'm just going to give you a little heads up that if you're here to judge people, I will block you. Hey, fine, how you doing? I did, James. How you doing? Hello. Is it Men in Black? That's funny. Yeah, I'm just gonna remove that because I just told you how that happens. No. So we have the Bear. This talks about stability and strength, right? Courage is a major feature of this card. So if you're trying to take everything on yourself, it can be a little bit daunting or a little bit exhausting. But if you're capable of offering assistance to somebody and they refuse to accept it because they're so determined to be independent, that can also be frustrating. So this feels to me like the strength and the courage or the experience that someone has, and they're on the sidelines. They shouldn't be on the sidelines, right? Why aren't you letting me help, or why aren't you working with anybody else? Why does it have to be, you know, always you working alone? Thank you, Archetype. I appreciate that. And King Bingus, interesting name. Appreciate the tip, but you're wrong. It actually smells like creme brulee in here. I don't know if you've had that fancy of a dessert before, but it is pretty delicious. So thanks for the tip, but maybe you could be a little bit more respectful. That's what I'm doing right now, Retro. Mihak, if you keep saying the same thing, I'm going to time you out. So I know you got some more to bring to the conversation than that. Hello, Carmencita. What's up? All right, so in addition to the bear, we also have the garden and the coffin. Yeah, so this is a person who is overly individualistic. I don't want to rely on anyone. I don't want to be friends with anyone. I don't want to have to ask anybody questions. I'm just going to do everything myself. This is turning into a problem for them, though. Hey, Smokey, you're welcome to come back in 30 minutes if you want to be more respectful. Hello, Saba, how are you doing? So we have this fox. This is that person who has the courage or the strength to assist. They're sitting on the sidelines, right? They're over here watching like, hey, are you gonna tap me in? Are you gonna ask for my help? Or are you just gonna sit there and struggle because you're not willing to delegate or ask for help or talk to your spouse or your partner about what's going on, right? Hello, Tara. How are you doing? Hey, Laura. Oh, was that disappointing for you, King Bingus? Were you really hoping it smelled like, I don't know, cabbage? I also have iced berry lemonade. Yeah, now you know what it really smells like. Hello, Joel. How's it going? Hello, Otto. Hello, Chanel. This is the Kipper. We've got the main female, which is number 2, and bad health, which is number 31. So whoever is overworking or overly independent, they are dealing with some health issues because they've been trying to do everything by themselves. They have an offer of help, maybe even more than one offer of help, but they continue to probably sacrifice sleep or good nutrition, maybe even exercising, so that they can do what they've been doing and not share that responsibility with anybody. It's true, Naya. Hello, Gnostic. How are you doing? Yes, indeed. Numenex, that says a lot about your algorithm, doesn't it? Hello, Kelly. How are you doing? We've got official person, which is number 22. So this is someone who does have an important distinction, an important job, a lot of responsibility, and they may feel like they have to do everything themselves, but they really don't. So if this is a reading for you, it's encouraging you to reach out and let somebody help you. But I do feel like for the majority of you, this would be somebody who is refusing to let you help them, even though you do have very good intentions and the ability to actually help them with whatever they're dealing with. Hello, M. Hain, how are you doing? Hello, Dharmendra. Hello, Joe. Hey, Lemonade, what's happening? What else do we have? We have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Hey, it's really cute that you like to do $2 tips to insult people, but I don't need your money just for you to like feel better about yourself. If you want to come back around and be friendly, that's totally cool, King, if we can really call you that. But I've shown you respect and I expect the same from you. If you want to come back, that's cool. But your tips don't mean a lot to me if you're just going to be a jerk. Hello, Nicole. How are you doing? We've got the Three of Cups joining the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. This is an obstacle, right? Maybe you have a plan, or the person who is trying to do everything on their own, I'll refer to them as the Hierophant. Maybe there was a plan and it was going well and they felt like they could handle everything all on their own, but there's an obstacle here. And that means, hey, it might be time to actually get a friend or a coworker involved and see what could be done to make it a little bit less stressful, right? Hello, Victor. Hello, Daniel. Three of Swords in the reverse. Knight of Cups. Oh, wait, I forgot. I was supposed to say thank you. Hannah, thank you. I appreciate your kind tip. And I hope you're having a good day. Are we needing to send some healing energy towards Gnostic? Hello, Solid. We've got the Star in the reverse and the Magician. So look, this is someone who has healed through a lot of difficult things. Our Hierophant individual, this could be you or someone you're dealing with. the one who feels like they have to take on everything by themselves and can't really rely on anybody else. They have had a lot of difficult luck, but they've also been able to address those challenges through like sheer force and strength and courage, right? But sometimes when you have to get through things on your own, you might get to a point where self-sufficiency or independence becomes a little bit like it's a little bit too far. You work to keep people away, or you don't know how to accept help from others, even though you may need it, or even though it may be the best course of action. So that independence is good to a fault, right? We have somebody here who feels like there's going to be another problem if they don't take care of things themselves. They feel like they have what it takes. But with the Wheel of Fortune being in the reverse, if they don't share this responsibility or this burden with somebody, then it is going to cause some issues, or that anxiety is really building up and affecting their health, their ability to sleep. I'm glad to hear that. Hello, Steven. How are you doing? Hey, Blub Dub. I'm pretty good at explaining things on my About You, but I'm not going to stop my stream to explain what I'm doing when you could just watch and learn or pick up on it. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. So we've got the Seven of Cups. Choices, responsibilities, different paths. Eight of Wands in the reverse. A lack of action, even though this person knows what can be done. So this is like saying, I have this assistant. They know exactly how to do things because they've been shadowing me when I work. But I can't quite hand it off or trust them to do it because I feel like I have to do everything myself. So whoever I'm reading for, just like I did, you probably struggled with group projects because you wanted to do everything yourself, right? We have to be honest about those things that if there's too much of, it can start to be detrimental. So delegate, right? This is someone who needs to be able to trust others to help or to partner with them on this to-do list. Hello, Jack. How are you doing? Hayden, there's an emoji for it for the members, just so you know. So we have the Seven of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. I don't like seeing the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, clarifying the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, because this indicates a serious loss. There is an inability to achieve what needs to be done or to heal what needs to be, addressed, healed, because somebody is pushing themselves too far or they're not willing to rely on somebody else to help. So this is a little reminder for someone, take a day off or ask for some help or accept that offer from your coworker or your spouse or whoever it is, because you can't do everything, right? Very capable person. You can leap tall buildings, but if you want to get through whatever this chaos is, there's someone that needs to help you. There it is. Thanks, Lemonade. Hello, Strange. Hello, SM. So we've got Grim Reaper. In the realm of twilight where shadows converge, the Grim Reaper's scythe guides souls to the verge. So a change that has to happen or an ending that is approaching. I think this is about someone who has to change. There is a wall this person could hit in terms of their health or in terms of their actual capacity or abilities, because they are so insistent upon doing things themselves and not sharing this responsibility. But also because it could be really important to have somebody who knows how to do this other thing, or even just show that you trust this person, particularly if it's a romantic connection. If you feel like you have to do everything and you can't trust your person to do stuff, like that would wear, right? That would become a problem where it's like, well, why can't you trust me to mow the lawn? That's a horrible example. Nobody really enjoys that, right? A creature of many guises, in storms I soar. Amid virtues and vices, a reflection of life's score. So this is somebody who's used to wearing a lot of hats, used to having to maybe do a lot of different things at once, maybe a little bit of a workaholic. I know nothing about that. Struggling to let somebody else help. That's true. Hey, if I had one of those riding motors, I think I'd be okay with it. It's less fun without that. Hello, TL. Welcome. I hope you're having a good day. Did I not say hello to Redbeard? Hello, Redbeard. Hello, Illuminati. Did I say hello to Grant? So we have this past happened, right? I did this thing. I trusted someone. They failed me. So ever since then, I have to do everything for myself. You and the rest of the world. I love you. But we have to acknowledge that if you let a thing from your past that broke your heart or disappointed you teach you that you can never again trust or rely on another human being, you're signing yourself up for a very lonely and possibly disappointing existence. We have to be able to accommodate for the fact that we have intuition and logic to guide us away from the people that will disappoint us or cause problems in our life, but also be able to accept that there are people out there that would do right by you. It's learning the difference between the two, not giving up entirely on the good people, right? So now that you know what that toxicity is, now you know what that poison looks like, you can avoid it, but don't assume that everybody has it, right? Oh, good. I like to make sure. Well, you're very welcome, Teal. Hello, girl. What's going on? So we have this insatiable card, unquenchable, wanting more. This is saying you've had enough, okay? We push ourselves beyond what we are capable of every now and then, and we have to learn from that situation. This is somebody who's already feeling like maybe I've got some headaches, maybe I'm not sleeping the way I need to. Maybe I've been, letting people down where, I need to be supportive of children or friends or spouses. This is saying if you see those signs, then take that break, right? Oh, so you've gone through something pretty significant that has actually been an ascension. Things are changing for you, and you're not able to change the pace. So have you ever been to one of those airports where they have the walk path that is like a conveyor belt so you can move faster? I'm trying to think. Which one did I see it in? I'm pretty sure Chicago has it underground with the cool little light things. But what was the other one? Oh, they're probably in like a million of them. The fun part of getting to the end of those conveyor belts where you have to like adjust your pace and be like, okay, now we're not moving as quickly, is what's happening here. You've been working, or whoever this reading is for, working really hard to get through a difficult time or balance everything while you're dealing with some emotional drama. And when you have things start to settle down, or when you level up and things are getting less complicated, it's difficult to remember that it doesn't always have to be like a horse race. It doesn't always have to be you sprinting to the finish line. So there's a sense of being trapped or frustrated because we're ignoring that there's somebody else here. There's someone who could help you or somebody who offers to make it easier, right? Thank you, Oracle. I hope you're having a good day. I'm going to write down your name and question. We're close. Well, we're about like halfway to the tip threshold for me to do personal questions, but I'm also giving away personal readings at the end too. Let's see, feelings. It's such a pretty name. All right. Hey, Grindheart, how you doing? All right, let's get some more tarot. this is the Bianco Nero. Are you? I hope it goes well for you. You'll have, well, actually, don't let me know because you don't want to tell all the haters or anybody who shouldn't know. But are you going to be one of those people where it's like, if I win the lottery, I'm not going to say anything, but there will be signs? Hey, Payush, welcome to the live chat. I'm putting you in the very shortest timeout just to ask you to please not repeat your questions. That's what we call spamming. I wish luck to the numbers. All right, what do we have? We have the Tower in the reverse and the Knight of Wands. Something here is happening quicker than expected, adding pressure to whomever has been trying to do everything themselves, this Hierophant individual. So there's a sense that they have to make a decision very quickly, or they have to decide, you know, am I going to try to take all of this on myself, or am I going to ask for help? These are the two questions, right? King of Wands, oh, I've got this, I can do it myself. I can ride off into battle by myself. But with the Three of Cups, it's like, well, there's someone here who knows exactly how to help you. Why wouldn't you want to take advantage of that? Why wouldn't you want to delegate to somebody that you know is trusted? Hello, Annette. How are you doing? Ooh, I hope you find out. We have the Two of Pentacles. Stability. Queen of Wands in reverse. Okay, okay. I feel like there's hope here. Whoever I'm reading for, I do think that you have this sense of, okay, you're right. I'm trying to do too much. I know it's really important that everything stays where it needs to be, or I don't want to lose something or cause somebody to not have faith in me anymore because I couldn't make the deadline. So maybe I just need to accept that I do need help in order to avoid there being major issues. So I do see someone acknowledging it might be time for me to stop being so independent or avoidant when it comes to working with other people or letting in this romantic love interest, right? They actually want to be kind to me, then maybe I don't need to hide from them, right? Oh, well, I hope it does. Hey, Vidyasri, I'm going to ask you to please not repeat your message. I'm going to put you... Oh, you already got bumped. We don't like spamming, okay? So we have the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. Five of Cups. I think there is a wise message that comes in that's just basically like, hey, you know, you're burning the candle at both ends. You're not getting enough sleep. You're stressed out. You missed your kid's recital. Something's got to give. You got to take a different approach. You can't put so much responsibility on yourself and not, like, you know, share it a little bit, right? Hey, Cherry Bomb, how you doing? Y'all right back at it. See, the thing is, I really don't like timing people out. And I wouldn't do it right now, you guys, because I'm giving away personal readings at the end of this. Do you want to be timed out and not be able to participate? You could get a whole personal reading, not even just a question. So we have Ace of Swords in the reverse, Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, you're right. I've been lying to myself saying everything's fine, or I got this, or this isn't that big of a deal. But the truth is my health is suffering. The truth is I'm not getting enough sleep. The truth is I haven't been eating very good. The truth is I haven't been able to spend time with my family. We have someone who's finally saying, you know what? Yes, I do need to just like allow someone to help me or partner up here so that I can get through this chaotic time. And I'm proud of you. That's an important thing for you to do. Not just for your own sanity and health, whoever I'm reading for, but also because there's someone here who has really good intentions and they want to help you, and it's frustrating for them to be on the sidelines, not able to help, right? Hello, Jay. How's it going? We've got the Knight of Pentacles. So it takes a little while, but it starts to make sense. I need to let somebody else work with me so that I can find a way to balance everything that I need to without feeling responsible for everything. So very pleased or proud of that person for getting to that point. This is the Voyage of the Soul. Hey y'all, I encourage you to chat with the other people in the live chat instead of repeating the same things, okay? We've got Voyage of the Soul, Pathway, Choices, Alternatives, Horizons, New, Forward, and Direction. So maybe what I need to do is appreciate that sometimes things can change, or sometimes there's an influx of requests or business or needs, or maybe even like stress from emotional conversations. But I need to be able to self-monitor or be aware, right? This is too much, or I need a little bit of a break. Hello, Michelle. How are you doing? Yeah, it's been interesting, the shift in the energy, hasn't it? Hello, Merida. How are you doing? We've got Split and Whispers. So somebody has been torn, right? Had to make a decision. It required an ego death. Head versus heart. Being of two minds, feeling like I need to do everything myself, but also I feel like I've learned I could trust this person. Whispers says depth, inward, meditation, higher self, and existence. We had that ascension card because you're moving beyond the need to feel like you have to do everything yourself. Learning to trust where it had been pretty difficult in the past to do so. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you. Awesome B, if you come back and you're in trouble, I will just block you permanently. Hello, Manri. That's a good way to put it, Grant. Oh, are you grind hard? Yes, exactly, Gnostic. Hey, thank you, Michael. How's your day going? So we have this purity card. Innocence, light, humble, virtuous, moral, and genuine. And I feel like this is the person who's trying to help you. They have pure intentions. They want to see you be successful, but they also want to see you be happy, healthy, right? So this is the one who wants to offer to take something off your plate, make things a little bit easier, or I don't know, maybe they just want to give you a massage after you've had a long day at work. Let them. I mean, you have to live your life. You have free will. But this is somebody who has the skills or the talent to help you with this situation. They're not inept, right? I'm glad to hear that. Oh, thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that. Erin, that's a pretty negative energy you got there. I'm gonna put you in a baby timeout. We could do some maturing maybe in 5 minutes, and then you can come back. And you know what, Austin B, that's cool. I think you need to like maybe do a little bit more research on what evil spirits look like. You seeing evil happening? I appreciate those of you who contribute to the positive energy in the live chat. So we have this serendipitous card. It's one of my favorites because it reminds us that our intuition brings us to the place that we need to be. And whoever is feeling overwhelmed right now might be questioning, am I in the wrong place? Is this like too much for me? What's going on? No, you aren't. And there is a person who wants to help you, who is in the right place at the right time to get you out of this bind or help you move to that next level or adjust to this new chapter, right? Oh, I hope you find a new one, Louise. Hello, Shayla. Oh, I'm sending you healing energy, Ashley. If we reach $15 in tips, I'll do personal questions at the end, but I'm also giving away 2 free personal readings to folks that are able to answer. I have 2 trivia questions, TV trivia, and thanks for reaching 20,000 subscribers. So thank you all for that. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Hello, Stu. Hello, G. How's it going? I feel that, Lemonade. Sometimes you just gotta like, you know, set the phaser to, oh, I shouldn't use that word. Stun doesn't always work. Hello, Lee. How are you doing? Hello, is it Alafia? So we've got magic here. And it's clarifying that gifts card. So whoever is offering to help you or whoever is there at the right place at the right time to take something off your plate, this is somebody who's magical. Oh, thank you so much, Michael. This is someone who can alchemize. They can make things happen that you might be surprised by. But trusting in others is something that we have to be able to retain as we ascend, or we let the baddies win, right? The people who don't want you to be experiencing beautiful connections will have won if you no longer want to actually connect to people, right? Oh, thank you, Lee. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Grindhard. Hello, Simrax. What's going on? Oh, thank you, Jay. I appreciate that. Hey, Armored Merc. I'm probably going to do some personal questions here in a couple minutes. And I'm also giving away 2 free personal readings because we've reached 20,000 subscribers. So yes and no. Doing well, thank you. All right, so we have Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. This loss that is kind of hanging in the air for this person. They have an ability to avoid it or sidestep it if they accept this help from someone else. This 9 of Swords in the reverse is unexpected help. So you can get out of the situation where you feel like you're all tied up and things are chaotic or difficult, but it requires accepting help. Here's whoever it is making that decision to accept the help and stop being overly independent. Okay, I'm going to tell you what the issue is. Here's what I got going on. Maybe you can help me, right? Thanks, James. What's going on, Lee? What happened? What is going on with Lee's ex? Laura, I appreciate that you're defensive of me, but I work with Lee enough to understand what's going on. I don't think Lee has negative intentions. I think she's just going through a lot. So, look, with your ex, he's feeling like he's lost control and he's got this financial burden. He's worried you're going to win. Page of Cups, Six of Pentacles, Justice in the reverse. So this anxiety is pushing him to be even more desperate. So he might be falsifying records. He might be creating stories that never happened. He might be demanding more money, but it's because he feels things closing in on him and things aren't really going that way or his way. So he's in this Nine of Swords, and of course, he wants to blame that on you. But he's seeing consequences of his own actions. Will he get consequences for what he's trying to do right now? Yeah, I would say so. I'm sending you a big hug, Lee. I think this is kind of him falling apart at the seams, and he is going to try to lash out at you. But I'm sending you protective energy, okay, sweetie? Yeah, thank you everyone for the likes and the subscribes. I sure appreciate that. I wanted to check to see if Hannah, you had a question, because I know you had tipped early on as well. Otherwise, I'm going to currently jump to Oracle. We had questions about whether or not Shabam has feelings for Priyanka. Does Shabam have feelings for Priyanka? This is saying no, not super lovey-dovey. Six of Cups is in the reverse, and we also have the Three of Swords. Now, this could indicate that there is some other heartache that's happening, right? Some loss or grief that is not between the two of you, or this could indicate that this person is heartbroken over what has happened in between the two of you or how you've treated them. But I feel like this is one of those, I'm avoiding or looking for different things to keep myself busy because I don't want to think about what happened, or I don't really feel that attraction. So this could be someone who's a little bit stuck in a disappointment or a heartbreak phase and working to plan something different or distract themselves. Hello, Ryan. How are you doing? Thank you, James. I appreciate you. Yeah, this is the Pulp Tarot. Hello, Greg. Oh, thank you, Dana. I appreciate you. Does Bon love Dana more than he's letting on? Yes. He's trying to keep this Four of Cups or kind of a little bit distant. And does my family on the other side like him? Yes. Both are yeses. And I do feel like there's some like whimsical interference. Something that the passed over family might be trying to work to like make things better. Was it Casper is the reference coming through? So I don't know if you've seen that. I would imagine maybe you did. But there's something here about trying to make it easier for the two of you to have a lovely path ahead, right? I'm trying to remember. Michael, thank you so much. You're so sweet. Do you have any questions that you would like me to answer, Michael? Because you also tipped. You'll let me know if you do. And James, I know you like to tip for funsies, but if you have a question or want some cards pulled, you let me know. And thank you, Merida. Let me know if you have a question, Merida. I'm going to look to see if I got a message from Hannah. There we are. Oh, you got a membership. That's so cool, Hannah. If accepting help causes burden to be too much for the other person. Okay, I got you, Hannah. So if Hannah accepts the help, is it too much of a burden, or would it be too much of a burden to the other person? It's about communication. So could it be? Yes. But I feel like the amount of help that would not be a burden is something that would be like significant for you. So in other words, if you approach it as, hey, I feel like you've offered to help me, or you asked me what's going on, and it would be really wonderful if I could rely on you a little bit, but I want to be very cautious or communicative with you about what works for you and what doesn't, because I don't want to cause you any undue stress or, anxiety. So could we talk about what that looks like and what makes sense? Or do you feel comfortable telling me, no, I really can't do that today, because I don't want to cause any problems to you? When you do that kind of like proactive conversation, or even just like checking in along the way, then you're able to avoid that problem. So wishing you luck, Hannah. All right, let's see. Mike says, no, I'm just nosy. You're funny. Oh, that's awesome. Hello, Dee. How's it going? Merida is asking, will I attend a wedding in the end of September? Let's see. Will Merida attend a wedding in the end of September? I do not see as of this point that you will. It seems like there is... Hold on. Is this like a rescheduling? No. It seems like there's something else happening. Maybe it's a conflict. Maybe it's somebody who doesn't want you there. To be honest, I feel like there's someone here who is threatened by you, or feels like they have to keep you away. There's something here about like, I feel like somebody is vilifying you, making you seem like a problem when you're not. Is there a way to resolve this? There is, but it requires somebody be a little bit more self-aware, and I don't feel like it's you. I feel like it's the other person. That's funny. All right, let's get a few from the Gilded Reverie. Alunia is asking, will my marriage last? Hello, Alunia. Will the marriage last for Alunia? So, that's interesting. I feel like there could be some issues in terms of emotional, physical intimacy. Maybe some distance here. Will the marriage last? I do feel like there is a resurgence or an attempt here to address what has caused the distance. We have an attempt to not have a conversation because I'm hiding something. I don't know that I would be quick to jump to there's an affair or something like that, but I do feel like there's some sadness here that someone is holding in, or an emotional struggle that is preventing this marriage from feeling stable or secure. So if you have access to be able to go to therapy, that would be wonderful. Or even just like a weekly check-in, like Sunday nights. Hey, how could I best be there for you or be supportive of you, considering what you have planned for the week ahead? What was it that you felt was really helpful in the last week that maybe I should make a pattern? Checking in is really important, but I feel like there's an emotional burden that someone's not sharing that is causing problems to spread, right? So we've got Simarax has asked, should I be concerned about the events that happened between July 11th and 13th? Yes? I know there was another one that flipped over. Maybe I'm losing it. Okay. Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. Seven of Pentacles. And the Moon in the reverse. This feels like someone took action and they're unsatisfied with the results. This is somebody who's either codependent or overly independent. But this is not so great intentions. And I do feel like it's about to come out. So there's more information that you're going to see in the near future. I would say at least within the next month. But we have some manipulation or controlling energy here. Lisa has asked, you've been no contact for 2 years with the ex, but he still stalks you. Why? Ooh. Why is Lisa's ex stalking her? Three of Pentacles in the reverse. Nine of Wands and the King of Wands in the reverse. This feels to me like somebody who is very possessive even after you push them away. There's a sense of pride here. I'm not going to give up because they really like winning. Is this really even about her, or is it just like their ego? I think this is constantly trying to see if they're the one that got away in your heart, or if they're still able to come back around, or if there's somebody else that you're seeing. With the Three of Cups, that would be like three's a party, right? This person finds you very attractive, and I do feel like they are possessive in a way where they get frustrated or irritated if you have gotten naked with anybody else. So I think part of that is trying to see if you are connecting with anybody in an intimate way. Rosita is asking, should I move on from Hugo? Yeah, please be cautious, Lisa. Sending you some healing energy. Well, did he say your name while he was with her? And also, just because somebody has a girlfriend doesn't mean that they're not still possessive of you. I have met plenty of people like that. This is somebody who still considers you theirs and still finds you very attractive. There could be an argument that has happened in that relationship because of you even. All right, hold on. There's kind of a new question there. It's Hugo, right? Yeah, should I move on from Hugo? Yes, girl. Sorry, I don't really know if you're a girl, but I assume. Queen of Cups, there is love waiting for you elsewhere. And with the Page of Pentacles in the reverse, it's like you're taking away days from a happy connection by continuing to look back or trying to bring something back that has effectively ended, right? So this would be like the Five of Cups energy, which talks about looking to the past instead of realizing that there's two cups right in front of you that could be beautiful for you. Not to mention that Two of Cups is literally the reference to romantic love. So you are missing out on potentially, parts of your experience with somebody that would love you, or maybe even at some point risking that you don't meet that person or experience that at all because you're hoping that this one turns around. Put the ball in their court and take care of yourself. Meet some new people. All right, let's see. I will take one more question, and then I'm going to do the free personal reading giveaway. So there's 2 personal readings that I'm going to give away. There are 2 TV trivia questions. You probably can Google them, but it's not going to be like super easy, right? You can probably get there. But you have to send me an email in order to get your personal reading, okay? Not for this, but for the long form like giveaway. All right. Grindhard, you had asked about why you felt her energy. Worried about you moving on. She's worried you're going to find someone else. Yeah, that insecurity is eroding their relationship. So he's probably thinking about whether he should just go back to you because he's getting frustrated with it. Hey, please don't spam. All right, let's see. So Rafna's asking, will I go foreign for job purposes in the near future? Not in the near future. It's not the right time right now. There's some concerns with regulations or international relationships. But there is going to be communication, which could even be like a recruiter, right? There's going to be something that changes, and then all of a sudden you're expected to like jump on it, right? So things will move fast when it's the right time, but it's not the right time right now. Is about 8 months the right time frame? No. There's still a lot of factors that could, you know, go one way or another, but I do feel like it's more of a, at least 7 weeks. Ooh. All right. I'm going to give away the 2 free personal readings now. So just to let you know, I record them. I upload them as unlisted videos on YouTube. So you can watch them as much as you want or whenever you want, right? There's no ads. Most of the personal readings that I do that are paid will be returned to you within 24 hours of receiving payment. For the personal readings that I'm giving away as a thank you, it could be more like 3 or 4 days. Just kind of depends. I have to prioritize some other things, but I want to make sure I give these away. So the email address is really important. My email address is in the description box for you. It's wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. So if you win, that's where you want to email right afterwards, okay? It'll be a wild card reading, so whatever comes through is what comes through, but I want to make sure that it's a very meaningful reading for you. All right, are you guys ready for the TV questions, the TV trivia? Are you? Oh, that's so sweet, Lisa. Hello, Phoenix Rose. How are you doing? All right, the first question, and the first person to answer correctly will be getting a free personal reading from me, is there were 2 episodes of I Love Lucy where Lucy found herself stuck on the exterior of the apartment building. Name the reason for one of them. Those of you who know me know I Love Lucy is like my favorite. So I'm giving you 2 episodes that you could potentially reference, right? Oh, thank you, Dee. I appreciate that. Thank you, everyone, for liking and subscribing. I appreciate it. Do I? Hello, Danny. What's happening? You watch Amish television? Okay, so Hannah is very close. Okay, you might be referencing the one on the roof, but this would be like the side of the building. Dana also very close. Well, so the reason, so like why was she out there to begin with? right? Close. So I'll give you a hint. One of them has to do with neighbors, and one of them has to do with family. Hiding something from Ricky. Superman! Lacey! Lacey Fox, you get the first personal reading. Superman. So there was an episode where Lucy was throwing a birthday party for little Ricky, and she knew she would be able to get more friends at Ricky's party if she had Superman there. But Superman wasn't able to actually guess, so she had to dress up as Superman herself, and she got caught on the outside of the building trying to leap tall buildings. So that was Lacey Fox. Lacey Fox, please make sure that you email me and I will do a personal reading for you. Feel free to like and subscribe too. All right. The other reason, by the way, was so that Lucy could spy on the Mertzes. And then there was one reason on the roof, which I think maybe was what Hannah was referencing, where the girls, Lucy and Ethel, were trying to make the boys feel bad about going out on their own, and they locked themselves up on the roof. Oh, that's okay. You don't have to like it here, hon. So for the second personal reading, the question is, the Twilight Zone episode featuring the Canimets was spoofed by which popular animated series? I mean, that was the other one. I was trying to decide if I should do Twilight Zone or Star Trek. But Star Trek, I get super nerdy with it. So I was worried that it would be, ooh, there we go. Louise got it. Well done, Louise. It was The Simpsons. The Simpsons actually have spoofed multiple Twilight Zone episodes, and the Canimets were aliens who said that their mission was to serve men. But that was just a clever play on words. Really what they were there to do was be nice to the men so that they could eat them. Spoofed in The Simpsons. All right, so Louise, what was that last name? Chambers. So Lacey and Louise, I love how that is alliterative. You both will want to email me today and just let me know what your email address is. And then I will follow up to that with a link to your reading within the next probably 4 days. I'm going to try to do it a little bit faster than that, but I want to leave a little bit of space there. But good work on that. I'm so excited. Okay, so Lemonade is asking, since I'm such a Trekkie, what's my take on Voyager? Oh God, this is going to make people hate me, isn't it? I tried. I really tried to like Voyager, and maybe I should go back and try again, but I don't really like it. I just kind of struggled with some of the acting, I guess. I do feel like Deep Space Nine was one that I didn't like, and then when I gave it another chance, then I liked it. But my favorites are Next Generation and Enterprise. I love Archer. T'Pol is amusing. Plus, I really love that episode, Carbon Creek from Enterprise. But yeah. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I love you all. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes, and I will see you on the next reading. Toodles.